There is this businessman I respect so much. He's not too religious and he's not too worldly. He's somewhere at the middle, as a middleman. Yeah. So on this particular day, he called me and he told me that he's at my neighborhood fixing his car. And he said if I'm chanced that I should come and meet him at the mechanic shop while fixing his car. So since he's kind of a person that I am already vibing with, so I went there. So while we were talking, the man said one of the things that he regretted most about his life in his 20s to early 30s was the fact that he was busy begging God for money. He was moving from one crusade to another crusade until he realized that he needs not begging God for money. And he discovered that by some of the research that he has done regarding the successful men as to how they made their money. He has an epiphany of the fact that money making is not a product of begging God for money. His eyes were open to the fact that all the successful men that he knows didn't make their money through begging God for money. So he said his greatest regret in life was the fact that he believed wrong things about what it takes to make money in his 20s. And he said that if he has his life to relive again from his 20, he will never think of begging God for money. And I say, wow. So because of that, I want to share with us 5 reasons why a modern man needs not begging God for money. So ensure to watch this video from the beginning to the end, because number 4 is very important. So number 1, money making is a byproduct of value creation in the society. And that is when you devote yourself to solving problems for others, they are going to reward you with money in exchange for the value or the problem that you have helped them to solve. There is no abracadabra to it, whether you are a child of God or a child of devil in quote. Once you can create something that is valuable to people around you, they are going to give you their money in exchange for that which you have given them. So that is number 1. The second reason why a modern man needs not begging God for money is the fact that God is not a clueless being or a wicked being that will send you and I to a foreign country called the earth and then having us to believe that, oh, my children, when you get to the earth, begin to beg me for money, begin to beg me for the resources you need for your livelihood, then I will send you those things. But if you don't beg me, I won't send them. Which kind of a wicked God is that? Whereas God did not necessitate other living creatures to beg him before giving them their own source of livelihood. Take for example, a fish only needs a body of water to maneuver and search for his own food. It doesn't need to cry to God, oh, my father, I need food, I need a source of my livelihood. Once you could throw a fish into a body of water, he knows how to figure life out for himself. He doesn't need to beg God. And I believe strongly that the same thing applies to we human beings. Begging God for money is like we are telling God that, oh, you clueless God, you wicked God that sent me here on earth, and be saying, oh, I need to beg you before you give me my source of livelihood. It's like we are calling God a clueless being, doesn't know what he's doing. So we need not begging God for money, because he's not a wicked God or a clueless God to send us here without those resources. And that leads us to number 3, which is we need not begging God for money. Rather, when we realize those resources that God has given us and we make use of them resourcefully, money is going to come to us. So if we can think creatively and act on what we have thought, money is going to come. God cannot stop it, and the devil cannot stop it. The 4th reason why a modern man needs not begging God for money is the fact that money making is a function of following the principles and the laws that guide the process of money making. There are laws and principles that guide the process of money making, and one of those laws is the law of sowing and reaping. And that is why a farmer cannot sow a corn and then reap a yam. Whether you are a godly person or a worldly person, if you sow a corn, you will reap a corn. And if you sow a yam, you will reap a yam. God cannot change it. Even the devil cannot change it. That can also be evident in the law of gravity. Once you defy a law of gravity, like you climb a 10-story building and then you jump from there, God cannot stop the law of gravity from acting on you. If you fall from a 10-story building, your body will not remain the same again. Another thing entirely is going to happen to you, no matter how spiritual you think you are. And that same thing applies to money. Once the principles and the laws that guide the money are being followed, God cannot change them. Money is going to come to you. And that leads us to the last point, which is number 5. Begging God is a waste of time and energy if the principles and laws that guide the process of making money are not followed. And this is what I believe so well about God. While we are busy begging God for money, God is laughing down at us. You say something like, oh, see this foolish son that I created in my own image, begging me for what I have given him already. God is really angry at us, at the same time laughing at us for begging him for money, because he has given us the sources for our livelihood, just as well as he gave it to other creatures like fish and birds that I cited as an example before. So we need not begging him for those things. All we need is to realize the resources that he has given us, which the most paramount of those resources is our mind. Once we can use our mind creatively, there's no power on earth that can stop you and I from being anything we want to be. And it all starts from our mind, which is the central message of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill that I cited before. So those are the 5 major reasons why a modern man needs not begging God for money. Now, if you are interested in thinking creatively in order to solve problems for others, for them to give you the money as a reward for solving problems for them, then we have made it possible for you to jump on our farmlands in this tough economy and help yourself. And one of the most interesting things about our farmlands is the fact that we are offering you 10% discount on every of our farmlands, meaning you are saving 10% for yourself. So if you are interested in jumping on our farmlands to help yourself and your loved ones in this tough economy, then you can reach out to us through the number on the description section. Then do well to share this video with someone that really needs to hear this, because we need to stop begging God for money and start solving problems for people in exchange for their money. So thank you for watching. I will see you in our next video. Until next time, peace.